Here we are, we're at Chapel Six Marshes. Chapel Six Marshes? That's correct, that's where we are. It's windy yet again. It hasn't stopped blowing from the east, northeast, in that general direction for the last month, it feels like. It's been terrible. But the sun's out. It shouldn't get too cold. Keep watching if you like sea fishing, or keep watching if you like the look of me. I like the look of me, and so does my wife like the look of me. And I'm gonna leave it there. Just cut the intro. Meet me on the other side. See you in a bit. Right, well, I'm gonna cast out. I've got on air a cod rig. So I've got pennel hooks, small bit of squid and lug, up to an SRT spring. I use cascade swivels. The reason I use cascade swivels is because you can see it naturally goes down. So because of that, you don't get the swivel kinking on your line, putting all the tension on your snood, and your rig body's all loose. I just think that is far better. But I only use breakaway. Only use breakaway cascade swivels, and I've never had them break, never at all. They are super strong and will pull anything out of that water that I've ever had. I've coupled it up today with, yes, we've got the Kenzaki out. I'll tell you more about that in a bit, for the reason why. We're back on the Daiwa, and we've coupled it up with the old Abu Rocket 6500 CT, and I'll tell you more about that and the reason why in a minute. But I'm gonna cast out. So let's take the rod. I'm ever so sorry about this wind, but this windsock should work okay and everything should be hunky-dory. I ain't walking far to the left, just a little bit. I'll set you up and I'm gonna go down there and make the most of this lovely firm sand. I got down there and realised I didn't have my cricket bat rubber on the bottom of my reel. So cast went wrong because I was worried my thumb would slip on the spool, because I'm so used to having that cricket bat rubber, but it didn't. And I only wanted to do a light cast anyhow, first one. Plus the magnets are full on and the reel went as in you could hear it being held back. That's because wind's right into my face. Right, so in last week's video it was very windy and you could see the sand blowing down the beach, and if you look over there You won't see it on there, but I can see low to the ground, sand is blowing down the beach. So Lincolnshire coast, nice clean beaches. I wanted to bring me abus and use me abus that I've collected, because even though I collect them, I use them. So, because that's what they're for, to be used. Anyhow, last week I used my monochrome, as you saw in the video, and also, as last week I said, it got sand blown in it through this grit blast of sand blowing down the beach. So I cleaned it all out down there and fished with it, and it was okay. And it's all cleaned and everything's sorted now. So the winds are blowing 20 mile an hour allegedly today, exactly the same as last video. So I'd learnt my lesson not to bring a really good abu reel, so I brought 2 fathoms, bit more robust and could take a lot more hammer. Best reel today out of the box that you can buy. You won't blow them up if you use the magnets correctly, and they winch in a bloody tugboat if you wanted to. Well, not really a tugboat, but they are super winching reels, perfect for fishing. Anyhow, back onto the abus. So the only abu I had is the chrome rocket with a chrome frame. I figured that is the most resilient for sand. Not that you'd want to drop it in there in the beach and then use it, grind it away, but I just figured that's the more resilient one. So then I realised I've only got one, because I have got 2 other chrome rockets, but they're on aluminium frames. One's a QTC frame and the other's an AKS. And as nice as the AKS is, it is a little, you gotta look after it. So I didn't want that grinding away with the sand, so hence I brought the rocket. Then I decided I'll just fish one rod. I have got a second rod with me, which is in my rod bag, and we'll see how the day goes, what the tide is like, the tidal pull, and I may put a second rod out. But at the minute, I think I'm just going for a leisure day of fishing and concentrate on one rod, and possibly build my strength up on the beach for me to then fish 2 and get a bit better, because I haven't been fishing on beaches, as you know, and it does affect you the next day because of fitness levels. So yeah, so that's why, long-winded I know, but you know Vern, long-winded, and that's why I've brought this. Absolutely beautiful reel, got a couple of scratches on. I bought it and it wasn't as the bloke said, but it is good. So I won't send it back because they are like rock and roll shit. You can get them fairly cheap, but they've normally got hundreds of scratches on it. So then I realised, wait for this, I'm fishing high water with a low water reel, and I then realised I haven't got a second reel to go with that. I am in need of a robust abu that can take the hammer from the sand, and you don't want to protect it, because I like to look after my stuff, because I am a tackle person, if you know what I mean. So we aren't 7 minutes in yet, we might be. We'll risk it. I am a tackle tart, I will honestly say that, but that's because I enjoy coming here to use my gear just as much as being in this environment fishing, and just as much as catching a fish. Some people are all out for catching fish and nothing else matters, including their marriage. That's right. But me, I like the whole package, because I look at myself and look at myself as a whole package. And you either like me or you don't, because that's the whole package, isn't it? So yeah, that's why I'm using that reel. But I have realised I haven't got, so I've got low water reels for fishing low water, and I've got reels for fishing high water, my high water reels. I've got reels for rough ground, which is my fathoms, and any other ground, and I've got clean ground reels and mixed ground with these abus. I just haven't got Well, I've only got one reel for robust environmental fishing, i.e. sand blowing down the beach. So I might have to, for God's sake don't tell the wife, I might just have to try and winkle out another reel somehow that's going to be just for robust fishing, i.e. being grip blasters. But here we are, this is Chapel Six Marshes. People walk the dogs. It's a beautiful day. It is windy, it is blowing from the east, and them gits are now putting in the pipes to start pumping sand from the sea onto the beaches yet again, so we can't walk on it because it's too fluffy and wreck the environment that's out there. See you in a bit. I've put together the second rod. So I was stood there thinking, next cast I'll chuck it out short, and then I thought, just put the second rod out short all the time. My dancing days are over. So we've got two rods out now. I've baited up another cod rig to hopefully try and block the wind out for you. Yeah, I've baited up another cod rig with a squid and black lug combo, but I've just chucked out there 2-up flapper, because if there's any little schooly bass about, they'll be in close. You know, it's certainly a tide for a certain type of fish. I'm not going to say it. I don't know. So yeah, those two boats are laying pipe work down. There's steel pipes on the beach as well, and I've seen a 4x4 great big digger with a bucket on it as well. So they're now going to wreck all the coast every year. If only they stop spending 10 million or whatever it is. Look on Google and see how much it costs to pump sand from out there, wrecking the seabed, to put it back on air. All they got to do is put granite groins out to sea, and they wouldn't even have to have them that close, because when they do that, they want them right close, don't they? But last year, and it'll happen again this year, when they put the pipe up, which blows all the sand on, you always get a load of sand build up after the pipe and the other side of the pipe. Last year we lost, if you go back and look at my videos, when I first started fishing there was a gully, and when I finished fishing there I was talking to you about it and said that that gully has gone because of that pipe that was up there, and it was 400 or 500 yards away, so if not further, and it had come all the way down to air. So if they did it every 500 meters, a granite groin, it would hold the sand on the beach and the beach wouldn't lose the sand, would it? But no, let's not do that. Let's just every year keep paying them big mortgages off for the people that own the company, so that they've got a paycheck every year. Wouldn't that be nice? Rather than having to get a pittance, wouldn't it? Or something else you could do, you could come over to this country and not pay any national insurance for 3 years. That sounds like a good plan as well. And then never ever go back and just stay living there. Ridiculous. Time will tell, won't it? Time will tell. Right, we've got 2 rods out there. One with a pennel cod rig on, hopefully targeting big fish, or as big as they are here today. And now I've got the 2-hook flapper out there to try and catch anything, because that's me all over. I don't care what it is. Now the first rod was holding bottom, the second rod is holding bottom, so that's good. There's no huge great big tidal pulls, so it must have been calm going around the top of Scotland, as I've been led to understand. But yeah, right, I took my hand warmers out of the bloody bag. I took my hand warmers out of the bag in the van to make my bag lighter, and my head torch, because I always carry my another head torch. So what was the Army Tech? The Army Tech head torch. I've still got my Army Tech head torch. Brilliant head torch. I think it's come down in price now. I think it's 80 quid, but you can find it somewhere. There's loads of settings on it. There's that many settings on that Army Tech torch that some people in this world, it's too technical for them to work out. The video's on YouTube. I nearly spat me cup of tea out and choked on me cake when I was watching it. I did put, before you all start saying, well, give it benefit of the doubt, did you point that out? Yes, I did point it out. I put a comment on there, but only certain comments get answered. But yeah, I've got my Army Tech torch. Just made me chuckle, that's all. And now I'm not bitching about it, am I? Because I don't give a fuck about it. Unlike me with some tackle, where I do know what I'm doing, but I don't think you should have to clean things to the extent of bringing a toothbrush on the beach and some distilled, ionised, baptised water to keep them clean. My tackle now, I've got some Gemini clips still, bait release clips, but I'm saying that, you know, I'd use them in the river, but then there's no point, because if you cast out too far it just takes it away, so there's no point in that. But the clips I use are breakaway imps, because they aren't flawless, because I've casted one out and brought it in and it hadn't released. But that was my fault, because I had the tension on the SRT spring too strong. It was never going to release. I couldn't hardly do it with my thumb. I didn't tie that rig very well. But yeah, they are guaranteed, unless it's a rig by Verns, to release. You can cast them off the ground, pendulum, anything. I don't know if you could send it out in a cannon though. I don't think you could. But yeah, it's a good day, innit? I'm not going to make this video too long, but I will film my fishing trip. I'm hoping I catch today. I caught in the last video, albeit the one. I've run out of firm sand to cast off now as well, so that's not too good, is it? But I shall do my best. My distance, because of my hip, has dropped drastically, because I can't really put much into it. But that's my own fault. I'm only talking to you because I've got nothing else to say. And I feel as though you're with me on this beach, talking to you in this camera. But it's like 2 weeks away. Be quite exciting to get a bite, wouldn't it? So, I haven't used my Kenzakis for a long while. Because I'm always using my Ziplexes, but I wasn't going to bring them today. I was hoping it was going to be low water this week, but it's high water sessions this week, and this is it. But yeah, I thought to myself, sod it, I'll take my Kenzakis. And the Kenzaki rods, they've gone up in price as well. They're now 240 odd pound. When I got, very nicely, Jimmy bought me a Kenzaki. That's how I got into them. It was the new rod out. It's designed for fishing on UK beaches. You can only buy it from Jerry's, because Jerry's designed it with Daiwa, I believe. But when I bought the second one, I got it for £199. But now they're 243, something like that. Very subtle rod. It's got the blue on it, it's got Kenzaki writ on it, but it's not a flash of flashes like some rods. It's quite subtle. The word Daiwa is bigger, where the joint is. The Kenzaki is written down where it's like carbon weave. Absolutely cracking rod. You can cast that. I don't think you could use all of that rod in a cast unless you're a tournament caster, and a good one. Not just one that goes along on the Sunday to make numbers. I mean a good caster. They are good, strong, easy cast rods. You can't bend the butt of the rod when you stand on it. You can't bend it. And I noticed in my last video, my sandstorms, my Daiwa sandstorms, I noticed that they're quite stiff as well. When I was reeling in and yanking against that snag, it was only the top part of the rod and a little bit down from that was bending. So I was quite amazed with that. I love them rods. I don't understand why people don't buy Daiwa. Well, a lot of people do buy Daiwa, and I don't think they shout about it because they just buy it. But what a great brand it is. Do fantastic rods. The Saltest rods are brilliant. Probably fractionally stiffer than this. I suppose if you got a good brand, you'd have to shout about it, do you? I don't understand why people buy Centuries. And yeah, I don't understand. I could say the brand new Ziplexes because you can buy an old one, but if you've got the money and you want a new rod, then that's what you buy, isn't it? But I personally don't think there's a Century that can do more than what those Kenzakis do. I would love to see a really good tournament caster cast them on a field alongside a Century, whatever one, and I can't see a Century doing any better fishing on any ground better than that rod. They all catch fish, but if you want a rod and you don't want to pay a bloody fortune, then get yourself a Daiwa Kenzaki. And if I've got it wrong and you don't like it, you can always sell it. But I love them. And my Ziplexes, well, they're all second hand. You pay what you pay, but I have got a limit. That limit has gone up, but it won't go up anymore. See you in a bit. Wow, it's cold. I think the temperature's about 16 degrees. So says 11 degrees there, but by my wind speed monitor it says it's 17 earlier on. It might be colder now. Let's have a look, shall we? Wind is blowing 9.3 miles an hour, 10 mile an hour, and it says 17.8. It don't feel like that. Now, my luck, I've got a dodgy bloody machine hunter. But that's all I've got to say. It's not as windy as it was in the last video. Which is good, but I've had to put, this is a neck scarf that goes around your neck, but I've put it on my head. I'm not lifting that up because I'll look a right idiot, but I've had to put it on because my head's cold and my neck, the wind's blowing around my neck, so I'm gonna have to put my other one because I brought a second one. And the other thing is, I took my hand warmers out of my bag. They're only at the van, but I thought I'll take them out. I don't need that, and I don't need my head torch because I've got a spare head torch in my bag. But I ain't stopping that late. And now I wish I hadn't took my flipping hand warmers out. I keep doing it. I did it when I was fishing with Colin at Easington. I keep doing it all the time. It's just not warm yet because of this fucking wind that blows in your face. I'm not going to let it wind me up though, but I'm now going to reel this rod in because I've switched you on, and why not? Well, that battery died. Do you know? Oh. Do you know what? I've bought 3 batteries. I bought one off her website on the Google, on the interweb, and I bought 2 more off some fucking eBay seller. And sorry for spitting at you, but I'm just about had enough of the batteries, because I put it in and it played about beforehand with some crap, and now I start filming, I had plenty of battery and it stopped. The problem is you can't buy these batteries for the GoPro 8 anymore from GoPro, so you have to buy what you can get, and obviously some charlatans are wankers. So what you need to do is, even though the camera works to a degree of what GoPros do work, when you can't get the stuff for it, you then have to just realise that you got to spend 400 quid and get a new camera and bin this one off. So I shall use it, I shall get mad with it, I will moan about the fucking thing, and I will then buy a new one, because that's me. Tide is coming in, I've got some weed on that line there, nothing on that rig there. I brought it in, did show you it, but it is as it went out. I'll put the new one on, and then what we'll do is we'll get it out again. Are we in shot? Yeah. Makes me laugh because it's Thursday and school is in, you know, it's school time because there isn't on holiday, yet I've got people here that should be at school and aren't. Work that one out. I quite like being on the beach on my own. It's getting a bit busy now, but their dogs took the crap as well, and I'm downwind. Say no more. Let's get you set up so you can watch glorious me in Technicolor. Well, I don't know if it's Technicolor. Right, let's get this casted out. It's not bad, that's 60-70 yards. Might be a touch further, but not that much. So yeah, stayed clipped as well. Went out nice. Right, I'm gonna get this baited up, and once I've got it baited up, I'm gonna sit down in my box and doze off again. So yeah, I would have thought here fishing, you won't get a lot of people along this coast anywhere until I've got to put this next scarf. Look, I know I look like a donkey or something else, but my head's cold and I don't have to walk back to my van. I'm gonna have to put a bobble hat in there, and I'm putting them flipping hand warmers back. I reckon I'll be able to take them out about July. But yeah, keep seeding the skies, because it's working a fucking treat, innit, you gormless fuckers. Right. Just can't believe this country, can you? Anyhow, yeah, sorry about that, swearing. If there's any kids about, it's not clever. I do it to teach you not to do it. That's what I do. And I hope it helps. I hope it helps. It ain't fucking helping me though. Anyhow, guess what tomorrow is? Today's Thursday, the 8th of May. Tomorrow is the wife's birthday, yeah? She's 59. She's not wearing bad, is she, for a 59-year-old? She's doing all right, isn't she? So, yeah, it's her birthday, and I'm going to surprise her. Because last year I took her for a meal, but this year I ain't. This year I'm going to send her pictures from the pub. Pictures from the pub. And she'll be at work. Hopefully she'll see them. And then what I'll do is... yeah, what I'll do is... she'll get all excited. And she'll go rushing to the pub after work. She'll be happy. She'll enjoy that. Might have a bite to eat. It ain't gonna be nothing fancy. It's just a pub, innit? Do you know what I mean? But it's nice, innit, to end the day. She'll be working with all that lot, and she'll have a heavy day, and then she'll just think to herself, fantastic. She'll be able to take a sigh of relief, and it's a nice start to the weekend, innit? So yeah, her birthday's Friday and mine's a few days later. I'm gonna bait this rig up now, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, I'll tell you what, the bloody clouds are over there, are black as anything. Can't take that off because I look like a bloody, I don't know what. I can't say what I look like. I don't believe it! Only gone and caught a turbot. Look at that! It felt heavy. It felt heavy, and I thought, saw something. I saw it come up to the top, and then it dropped, and I thought, something's come off it, and it must have been some weed or something. Could have been no else. There's that bloke again who with his dog. He comes there, look, and he stands there, the old boy, and chucks the ball for his dog. But yeah, how about that? I beat the blank. I didn't want to get too excited because I thought I've caught a dab, but it didn't look right. Anyhow, it's only small, they always are, but that don't matter. Let's get this unhooked. Never caught one last year. Oh, what a booty. What an absolute beautiful fish. Don't want to drop it. One turbot. Absolute cracker, look. I'm so chatting, one of my favourite fish. Not like Inglorious. Inglorious's turbot are like hummusif. They're bigger than that bucket. But this is what we get off our shore, and that's it. So let's just check us filming. Yeah. Oh, I knew it. Let's give him a rinse. I've just put him in the bucket. So here you go. Just thought I'd drop him again, that's all. Right, let's get him back. I'm chuffed to bits. I can't believe it. I thought to myself, you need to get a second rod out, Vern, because you're sat on your fingers, not twiddling them, you know what I mean? Not doing a lot. And I thought to myself, let's get it out. 2-hook flapper, size 2 hooks. Chucked out 20 yards, 25 yards, caught a turbot. So that's my first turbot this year. Probably my last. I always seem to catch them here. I have caught them on the Holderness coast, but I'm right happy, really happy. So as nice as it is being here in this gusty wind, which has now died a bit, I will be honest. I don't know what to say. I'm just happy. And yeah, reeled it in on the old Pen Fathom, and I was reeling it in, and I thought these reels are absolutely beautiful. They're like a Rolls Royce. Anybody that's bought them Pen Fathom reels and then got rid, you need help. You need to go see someone and or get yourself a good talking to, perhaps. Absolutely fantastic. I've got some beautiful reels. I ain't got a bad life either. It's no worse than anyone else's, but it ain't no better either. But today, here being on this beach, and there's lots of people watching my videos that can't be on the beach, and they watch my videos, along with people that can get out and they watch videos. I'm just pleased that I brought you a different species, and for once, it's reasonably early in the video, and you never know, I might catch more than one fish. Sun's come out now, so I can take this blue hat off. But yeah, it's only a neck scarf. But yeah, isn't that great? I'm good now. It's been 7 minutes and 8 seconds, and yeah, I'm still chuffed to bits that I've caught a turbot. Turbot, say it again, but turbot. Hey, not as big as Danny's, old Danu, but it's big enough for me. It's not the size, it's how you use it, isn't it, pet? I think I went over that line. I've got to bring that in first, anyhow. We shall leave it out for a bit. Never mind, probably all the excitement. I need to do some casting, but I've lost my field. I've lost the field that I fished from, that I cast in. Bloody the people that have horses have put it back. Don't even know if you can say that. What it is, what I keep going on about, can't say this, because there's lots of words you can't say and phrases and stuff, and it's all on, you know, it's all there. And just lately I've seen no end of channels moaning and groaning that you can't say this, and they say other words. And I know there's channels out there that say all the words you want to hear and say it as it is, but believe it or not, I want to be monetized, because I need that money. I know I buy reels and stuff, but that comes out of my savings. Yeah, because I'm the sort of person that don't have HP, don't spend more than I have to spend, and I always save. Even on what I earn, I save. So monetization through AdSense on YouTube, through people watching the videos, is important to me. And I know I started these videos out so something for my kids, and it still is that's the case, but they've got loads of videos to watch, and they probably never will. But with YouTube, you start off with whatever reasons you start out for, whether you want to be opinionated or you want to have it there for your kids or whatever. But then as you start getting a bit more successful, and let's not forget, you're not a YouTuber until you got 100,000 subscribers, so some people say. But there you have it. I think that's a load of tosh, because if I come out every week, sometimes twice a week, to bring you a video, spending money on diesel and everything else, and burning my van out with the mileage, I'm a flipping YouTuber, because I film and Tom edits and uploads it for me. That means you're a YouTuber. Those that can say that sort of stuff, you aren't a YouTuber until you've got 100,000 subscribers. Well, it's pretty flippant, isn't it? They must think that they're going to get to 100,000 subscribers. Must have deep pockets, that's all I'll say. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I need the monetization, because obviously that helps pay for filling. Well, it's now filling my van up with diesel. and that's important to me. And just lately that's all dropped because my Vern figures for the 28-day period has dropped. I think I'll tell you what I'm at. I'll give you some. Let me just, while we're on this shit, because I ain't got nothing to hide. Let's see if I've got a signal first. That's the first thing, isn't it? No, I ain't got a flipping signal, have I? Oh, I have now. So my watch time hours for the last 28 days is 7.6, and I'm plus 22 subscribers, which is down on the last 28 days according to this. But my watch hours dropped to 6.1 for 28 days, but it's now gone up to 7.6. It's probably me fishing in the river all the time, but you know, that's the way it is. That's my body telling me I have to go to the river. But my subscribers, I'm on 5,418, so I'm chuffed with that because it's actually gone up. In the last 3 or 4 weeks it's gone up 18, so I'm chuffed with that. It don't go up like it used to go up, but I'm not charismatic, am I? I'm just a twat. But yeah, so what I'm saying is my watch hours have gone up again, but they were at 16.8, 16,800 in 28 days, so it's still down a lot. So what I'm saying is, you can say all these words and phrases, but all they do is they either shadow ban you, or they'll just not put the good adverts on, or they won't share your video out to other people so you get more watchers. Not watchers like this, watchers as in watching the TV or phone. So I just want to get my videos back to where they were so that it's better for me. That's all I'm trying to do. So I've got to watch what I say. The time when I said those 4 words, which just started with go and ended in head, I said that 4 times, and on the 4th time is when I got the claim or termination. So don't think that there's other people out there and they get away with it, because they surely don't, but they just don't care, they aren't bothered. Whereas for me, you know, if I was in a £50,000 a year job, I wouldn't give 2 monkeys. Anyhow, there's a bit of insight into my life. Why I've just told you that, I don't know. It's because I say everything, really. I ain't got anything to hide. I don't tell you everything because some things are private. But yeah, what a great fish to catch, eh? Come here. I nearly didn't come, and then I thought, because like yesterday I didn't feel too good yesterday, and I've been meaning to see Mike for the past 2 weeks, but I met him at the river, so that was good. But I'm going to call in on Mike on the way home and say hello. Might have a cup of tea, it depends if it's offered. But I wanted to see Mike last week, and I want to see him this week, but I can't now because the wife don't know I'm going to meet her at the pub. But I was going to go to see Mike yesterday, and then I remembered it's the wife's birthday, and I thought I can't do that, and then I can't go fishing, so that's why I've come today. And it's a good job I have, because I might not have caught a fish yesterday, tomorrow. Just trying to pick the better days because of this bloody weather. Anyhow, I'm sorry if I've bored you, and I don't want to upset anybody, but I'm just telling you the way it is in my life. Quickly, my pussycat Tab, I'm right chuffed because we bought some different food. Didn't even think about it really. We bought some posh food, and it is posh, but he's loving it. He's purring away, chomping at it with no teeth, because he ain't got any teeth. And I'm gonna buy him some more fancy food. I'm gonna buy him them Sheba mousses with a gravy on top, because he'll love that. And he is at loads today. He has got a sunken stomach. You can see he's lost a lot of weight, but he's so happy. He's purring away. I'm giving him cream. He loves cream. No, you shouldn't give him it, but I've given him Elmley and cream, and I do put some water with it because I don't ever see him drinking water. But all the food I give him, I spray water all on it, so he is getting water. But I'm so happy. He gets so much food today before I come here. He probably won't eat until 6 o'clock, which is tea time, but I always feed him throughout the day. I get the food, put it in the plate and shove him in it, and he sits there, well, stands there eating it, purring away. So he's still alive is what I'm saying. The goldfish yesterday, I've cleaned them out this week again, and today's the first day I've seen the big white one go down to the bottom and pick the pellets up. So yeah, I've been really worried because I ain't been, but she ain't got lost in size, so she must have been eaten. But I used to walk into the kitchen and they'd be at the glass trying to smash their way out to eat me. They've gone from that to putting the food in, and they just swim about, not interested. So hopefully everything's good. The rod on the left was the flapper rig I just casted out, and I'm pretty certain it went over my other line. I'm not sure. I'll get them lowered down and check them out. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a bit. I don't want this being too long. I'm bringing this in. I've just chucked it out, but I'm bringing it in because there's 2 lots of bladder rack hanging off it, and the line's gone slack, so it's been brought in by the waves. I need to chuck it out a bit further. When I chucked it out, I put my thumb on to stop it because it was going to the left. Right, I knew I'd be fucking tangled. Fucking idiot. I said, didn't I say? Now I've got to work this out. Oh, you bastard. Get tangled up fishing on your own. Fuck's sake. Knit one bloody pearl one, that's what it is. Fucking tangled. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I know I'm swearing. I don't blame myself either. What the fuck? Right. I don't care, I've caught a turbot. Did I tell you Did I mention that I caught a turbot? We caught ourselves a crab. He's got a few barnacles on him. He ain't letting go. Look at that. You're all tangled up, mate. See if we can't give him some. Yeah. Well, there you go. We'll chuck him back. Everything deserves to live. Caught himself a little crab. Right, I'll get this baited up and I'll bring you back. Right. Well, that was better. That was better. Now, I didn't bring the other line in. That is still tight and out there, so I ain't got to bring that in. So we caught a turbot and a crab. He wouldn't grab hold of he weren't a vicious crab. He wouldn't grab hold of it, of the bit of squid I give him. But he's gone back. Some of you would say, why don't you take them for bait? Why don't you stand on it? Well, ain't what you do these days. I was never that sort of kid anyhow. Well, it's a lovely day, isn't it? Look, here we are. That's the observatory right down there, and that's Chapel Point at Chapel St Leonard's. So this is Chapel Six Marshes. So it's Six Marsh, it must have been a marsh here years ago, and they've linked it with Chapel. You got this bird lookout or whatever it is, or I think it might even be a windy wine thing. Well, I don't know what it is. I'll tell you, you can't look out through that little slit because I ain't tall enough even when I stand on the step inside. Must just be for giants, is it, or for people from Holland? Anyhow, you got that there, and then you got it all the way down to Wallerbank, and all the way around. Look, there's my rods, cracking rods. Let's give you another show. Kenzaki! Hey? Watch the complaints come in. So there you have it. Anyhow, I don't want to blow my own trumpet about my rods, but they are good rods. And I forgot the other word now. Anyhow, you know what I'm on about. Blow your own whistle. I'll come back on that. Let's get this reeled in, and then I'm going to put crab on it. I've got some of them freshwater crabs. They aren't brilliant. I've had them for ages, and I just thought today I'm going to get rid. I'll put the blue hat back on. Well, the neck scarf. So if I look an idiot, I don't care because my head's warm. I didn't walk back and get my battery charger for my phone because my other one's dead in the bag. I've not used it, but it's dead, so it needs charging up. So I've just turned my phone off because I'm lucky I've got a watch. You'd think there was a fish on that, but it's just the wires digging in. It was still fishing, but it was tangled up. Right, let's get that cast out. I must look. Do I look an idiot? I don't know. I don't need you to tell me if I do, really. Yeah. I know what I look like because the wife tells me. And it's not beautiful, well chiselled or any of that. No. That come unhitched, but it went straight and it's out there, so I can't ask for more than that. But I'm happy. Doesn't take a lot to make me happy. Oh, I got some more news. Just quickly, I'll probably talk about it in the next video, but I've had a DNA test. I've mentioned it a few videos back, and it's all good news. I am 46% English. Yeah, 46% English, and northwestern Europe, which is Viking. Yep, Viking, which the lump of my hand when I stabbed a nail through it and told the doctor, he said, Scandinavians get that. He says, you're Viking, Vern. Now the wife nearly fell off a chair and said, why did you tell him that? And I've dined out on that for ages. Well, when that come back, my DNA test, saying that I'm 46% English and northwestern Europe, well, that's when them Vikings came over and pillaged. I nearly said the R word, pillaged. And yeah, that's where I get all my gingerness from. Anyhow, 45% of me is southwest Scotland and north east Ireland. So I am Scottish and Irish. It's where that giant causeway is, when that was obviously linked at some point, and people used to walk over and whatever. If you go back far enough in time, I suspect I've got ancestors that have come over there. So I would say I am a Celt Viking. That's what I am from years ago. And then there's 3% of me that's German. So that'll be the Anglo-Saxons when they were there pillaging and having how's your fathers and stuff like that. So there you go. No African in me. I am 46% English and Northwest Viking, and 45% Irish and Scottish. Literally, it tells you whereabouts. So it's the southwest side, right on that bit that sticks out, going towards Ireland, and that the other side of Ireland, northeast Ireland. And then 3% of me's Anglo-Saxon, German. So yeah, I was quite chuffed with that. Come out with loads of stuff. There's loads of people that are linked to me through DNA from Norfolk, Scotland, all over. So yeah, it was quite interesting. So I was quite chuffed with that, and it shut the wife up because I can still talk about being Viking, because it's in me soul. Look at that beautiful sky. I reckon my Viking forefathers have seen this sky and wondered at it just like me. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? See you in a bit. Forgot to mention, it breaks down on the DNA thing, it breaks down everything. Apparently the Viking tribe that I'm from, because it can go that far back, that I'm from the warlord or whatever his name, he was, they were all known as Big Cockers. And I can rightly say, I'm right chuffed it went down my DNA, I really am. But wife still don't believe me. I need to alter these breakouts, because up the sand they dig in and you think you got a fish on, but you ain't. Well, that's out. It's gone straight. I am casting into the wind because the wind has come there, but it has dropped a lot since I first come here. But it still slows down the cast. I'm out far enough to catch a fish, but I'm certainly not getting out as far as I was a year ago, and definitely 2 years ago. And the reason for that is we know what that is, and I'm gonna have to sort it out in there. So can't have it affecting my fishing. Yeah. Well, last week's video, just briefly, when I said, oh, I did say see you later, didn't I? So you know, don't you? Because I came up from fishing and signed off in the tent. But what you don't know is when I said see you later, i.e. see you anon, me and the wife tried to take that little bivvy down. It's godsend, that bivvy. I will show you it and film it, but only weighs 1.1 kilos, 1.2 kilos. It's light as anything. The wind was blowing right onto it, and it was putting that much pressure on it, we couldn't get the arm out. It had a bit of sand in it, and we couldn't get it out, and the wife had to carry it with the wind on it, and a shopping bag and her chair, all the way back to the van, which weren't too far. And I chugged everything else. But yeah, what a nightmare that was. That was hard work. If only I didn't think it would be, I knew it was going to be windy, I just didn't think. Should have brought me igloo. I brought it today because the igloo goes up in seconds, doesn't it? You face it into the wind, you put the 2 metal rods in, aluminium rods in, and hey presto, sand on the skirts. You know, you can put the sand on the skirts once you got it up if it's not windy. If it's really windy, lay it out, sand on the skirts, pick it up, job done. But yeah, if I didn't have that little cart one, because I nearly didn't bring it out of the van, but yeah, the wife would have got on the beach and said I'm going back to the van, and then she'd have got cold in the van. But she was all right until about half hour before I packed up, she started getting cold. So we had a good day. It was something different. I got a video, enjoyed myself on the beach, didn't have to go around any bloody shops or arcades, you know, ain't a kid anymore, are we? And anyhow, you don't get 2p chucks. They're all them grabby things and gambling, and you know, it's not an arcade anymore, is it? So yeah, and I watched another video on a load of bivvies, load of beach shelters, sorry, keep saying that, load of beach shelters, and they said that the igloo weighs 5 kilos. Well, I can assure you it don't weigh 5 kilos. I've got a big igloo and I weighed that, and that weighed something like 4.8, give or take a few grams. 4.8 kilos. The igloo, which is what they actually had in their video with 5 kg on it, weighs 3.7 kilograms. I think the igloo is light as anything. So there you go. It weighs 3.7 kilos, the blue igloo, the one without the door. And on top of that, it's the easiest one that I've come across for putting up and also putting down. I've got the original IMAX, and I fought that for about 20 minutes putting that up, just like we did the other day, me and the wife, at Trunch Lane. And that's why I got an igloo. I thought, sod this, that ain't easy. And then Mike at Case of Tackle, he's got a he had an IMAX, which was the second one, where the arm, the legs are in half and you just connect them. Well, they haven't lined all them up, they're D-shaped, so the connections, and where they've drilled all the bits, you have to twist it to push it in. Now, they've probably done that so that once you put it in, they don't keep falling out. Like you push along hoover, where you hoover the floor, and you go to take it upstairs and it all falls apart. They've probably done it for that. But as it gets sand in it and worn and damaged and been used, it is the most annoying thing to take down once you've put it up. And to the point, I rung Mike up because I was repairing it, and I said, are you seriously going to use this? Because I'm ready for throwing it in the bin. But yeah, so if you want a beach shelter, go get an igloo. And if you don't agree with me once you bought it, you can always sell it. Right, we're going to get this one in and chuck out the last bait. I think I've got plenty of water in front of me, but it's nearly 2 hours after high now, and I've only had the one fish yet again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I ain't fussed and I aren't bothered. I've caught a fantastic fish there. You don't catch them very often. So I'm chuffed with that. It'd just be nice sometimes to catch more than one. Bloody batteries just cut out again. There's 3 batteries I've used now, and I've filmed 1 hour and 15 minutes, thereabouts. Well, I think I've got about another 2.5 meters, probably 3 meters before we're down on the flat, because I could feel that weight digging in up the slope. Right, let me finish this bait off and then I'll bring you back to the cast. Well, that went out a good distance, went out straight, but it's into the wind and it come unclipped, so it must just be dragging in the soft sand a bit. Can't worry about that, can we? It's out there fishing, so that's the main thing. That's the last cast. I've enjoyed this session, and yeah, we've had one fish up to now. We've still got 2 baits out, 2 more reelings, so could catch some. I could be lucky, couldn't I? So fingers crossed, really. Like I say, it would be nice to catch more than 1 fish, because if I don't catch 1 fish, I normally blank. But hey, big news, eh? Fancy Woody now blanking 3 sessions on the trot. I mean, he is the Mr. Original catching machine, and he's blanked 3 times. What are you doing, Woody? You using the wrong bait? I'm sure it'll come right. Now you know what it's like, don't you? All them laughy faces when I blank. But here we go. Sky's beautiful, isn't it? This is where I am, and it's absolutely cracking. I nearly went to Sandylands again, where I fished in the last video with the wife, but I was going to go there but walk to the right this time. There was a family there last weekend, so I couldn't do that, so that's why I fished down near the pipe. But then I thought about fishing North Shore, so I might do a few different ones. You know, now I'm actually on the beach. Today ain't been a bad day. It could have been a lot worse. It certainly got better yet again whilst I've been here, but the wind hadn't stopped blowing. But it's blown to 20-25 mile an hour in the last video, got to 25 at the end, and today it was blowing, well, what would I say, 10 mile an hour, 10, 12, something like that. I don't know, I can't remember. And it's backed off a bit, so I'll keep watching these rods and I'll bring you back. See you in a bit. Right, let's get this one in. Well, nothing on that. Sun's out now. Got a bit of warmth. It's been great using that reel, my rocket reel. That's the rocket reel with the ordinary Abu frame. My other 2 rockets have got a QTC and an AKS frame. But yeah, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Right. Well, I'll get this put away, and I'll leave the last one out to soak. I've got a full squid on that. The water's nearly down to the bottom, so it'll just go. I think there's still a bit of depth there. I've got at least 2 or 3 foot of water anyhow. Time will tell. I'm turning you off, putting this away, then you'll see me bringing the last one. Right, let's get this wound in. I don't want to keep coming to this camera, so is that in shot? That is in shot, that is brilliant. Let's go with that. Right, last one. I'm reeling in now. I could leave it for a lot longer, but I'm not gonna, been a long while since that turbot, and I think I'm ready to go home. It won't be long before the water's going out. The waves are getting further apart, so you can tell it's getting lower, closer to the sand. And it's turning over at the bottom in the gutter. That had seaweed on it. I wondered what it was, and I wanted to double check. But yeah, it had seaweed on it, nothing else. But it is over. I've enjoyed myself here today at Chapel Six Marsh. New fish for me this season. I didn't catch a turbot last year. Tom did at Sandylands, but I didn't. And Tom's was bigger than mine. But I think we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I've enjoyed today. Today was the day, because tomorrow, secretly, I'm meeting the wife at the pub, but she don't know it. And hopefully Steve will be with us as well. So I'll give me somebody to chat to before the wife turn up, and that'll be nice for us all to be together having a chat. He's a long old friend, and it'll be good to catch up again. So yeah, this session's over. This has been Chapel Six Marsh. I think it was a 5.1 or 5.3 metre tide, about 20 past 4. Still got a bit of water there, I could still fish, but I think in about 20 minutes it'll be gone. I've not had anything since the turbot, so that's it. I've enjoyed it, and that's the main thing, and I haven't blanked. So thanks to everybody that watches these videos, especially those that get to the end, watch the credits and watch the extra bit at the end. It's much appreciated. To all that comment, thumbs up, and yeah, just generally support the channel. There's been a lot that have supported it in the past. You don't hear from them anymore, but you know, it's the way things are. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to dig myself in a hole there either. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's subscribed and watches, and to all the trusted followers that are there every week giving me comments. It's much appreciated. And Ian, I'll soon be over on the Holderness coast, and hopefully we might get to meet up again and actually fish, maybe, I don't know. So this is it. I'm going. Sun's out. I could probably take this neck warmer and that off. I'll get packed up, go home, and look forward to going to the pub tomorrow. See you anon. Well, here we are. It's windy yet again. Wind's blowing from the east yet again. But I'm here for you in this beautiful day to do some sea fishing. How about that for dramatic intros, eh? Here we are. We're at Chapel Six Marshes, and I don't really like all that. I'm going to refilm it again.